Putting this tin right here to use as a heat shield. Here's what it looks like all done. We got a leak. Hey there, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kyle and you're watching the Twisted Okie, and winter has arrived. 26 degrees outside right now. We've got a nice wind coming out of the south. But last night we got all the way down to 9 degrees and it was chilly. I actually had to put the windows down on the cabin to keep it warm. Hey, I loved it. We put the cabin to the test. We put our insulation to the test, and hey, I didn't freeze, so that's a win. We got some projects today. Last night we got some of that barn tin that you saw last week up at my mom and dad's place. We're gonna get that cut down, try to get a heat shield installed at behind the stove, you know, for a heat shield. Then my RV water pump, like when you turn it on, I don't know if you guys have noticed, like it pulses real bad. I got an acclimator that we're going to install. Got it super cheap off Amazon. Going to see if that'll kind of help balance out the water flow. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't have a whole lot planned, but we're just going to hang out. Appreciate y'all watching, and hey, let's go get to work. All right, so as you can see, we finally found a couple of good pieces of tin here in the old tin graveyard, if you will. So I built all these buildings when I was a kid for some FFA projects. Had lambs and stuff that stayed in them. But anyways, we got 4 really good pieces of tin. It's going to work out just perfect for the stove. And yeah, man, it is cold. Like I said, I was whining about going to the beach last week, and I'm needing some more clothes on right now. It's chilly. So it's time to get some dinner cooking. I'm going to keep it really simple. I actually went to the grocery store, bought a bunch of groceries, and was going to cook red beans and rice tonight, but somebody drove off from the house and forgot the red beans and rice, and so we're going to keep it real simple tonight. We're going to be taking it back to like preschool, kindergarten days with my absolute favorite mac and cheese shapes. You can never go wrong with mac and cheese shapes, so guess what? That's what we're having for dinner tonight.
Number one, where do you want to put your outhouse? Well, you want it as far away from your main camp. You know, the outhouse is never going to be sealed off from the outhouse. You also want to avoid low areas on your property. So I've had a lot of questions about the toilets, the foam, color. This is just one of the questions I get all the time is how do you find water? People talk about dowsing and witching for water and finding it with rods and all kinds of stuff. All I know is that in this part of the country, the water is pretty close to the surface. The ground is all sand. The water is quite good pretty much everywhere.
So one thing that I constantly get asked is, what'd you guys do for insulation in this thing? And I'm going to post some pictures up here for you guys to see. One of the things we wanted to do is keep this thing as affordable as possible and kind of take advantage of our geography and weather here in Oklahoma. So we went with double bubble insulation. Now, before you guys skewer me, I'm aware it's not the best insulation. In fact, it has very little R factor with it. But what we did is we went in with the layer of it, makes a vapor barrier. We put an air gap in it, about an inch and a half air gap with blocks. Put another layer in, and then the drywall on top. Now our ceiling is insulated with normal insulation, but being in Oklahoma, you got to battle the heat. Double bubble is reflective. It does a tremendous job of keeping the heat out. Again, it doesn't have the best insulated properties for cold, but we just don't get that cold here. As you've seen over the last couple of weeks, we've been 60s, 70s, 80s. This is the biggest cold snap we've had all year. Right now it's 22 degrees outside. The wind's blowing. It's 74 in here. So, obviously it works. The stove's more than enough to heat this cabin. I've got a window open right here, and the one in the back. So we've got a draft coming, because if I don't have a window open, I get baked out of here quick. But anyways, just wanted to talk about that real quick. We've had several questions about it through private messages, and especially on Facebook. Facebook folks are like, what in the world are you doing? But yeah, it works. Saves a whole lot of money too.
Accumulator tank inside has a little air bladder, and then the other half holds water. So the air bladder is basically pressurized by whenever a water source comes and shoots it back out. Probably didn't explain that the best, but it's basically a pressurized tank, very small one. And let me show you how it helps out. Let's go take it out. This is the aerator. You just pop it in and out. I switched out this aerator to a low.
So I'm wanting to put some tin from the floor up here and then back around to this side right here. Back up here so you can kind of see it a little better. So yeah, just this back corner here to here. We want to put some old rustic tin. So I'm going to grab some measurements real quick. And yeah, I'm going to grab some measurements real quick and see what we need. I'm guessing 4 foot, 3 foot, something like that tall. here's what it looks like, all done. What do you guys think? Did it turn out okay? We're still going to put tile here and build an actual hearth for the stove, but you know, one thing at a time. But I really like the way it turned out. Um, One thing about this pine, you know, it stained. This is all the same stain, but the different, like some of the boards are more rough than others, and so it you know, it takes stain a little different. Some people probably like it, some don't. It don't bother me. I think it looks pretty cool, but overall, I'm happy with the way it turned out. All right, so what we're working with here is the Rec Pro acclimator tank. It's the model RP1032. All right, bought it off Amazon. I think it was $36. Read the instructions. It looks pretty simple to me. I mean, we're just going to put, you've got your RV pump, you know, your water pump. It's going to flow into this through its outlet, pressurizes this tank, and then, like I said, it's just going to even everything out. So I've got my water pump installed all the way to the right in my sink. I'm actually gonna have to move it to the left to make space for this. I mean, it's not very big. I mean, look, compared to my hand, you know, it's not a big space, but regardless, I've got to move it over to fit everything in. So I'm gonna get the water pump removed real quick. I've already got the water drain and the pump dewatered and the power off. But if you look, you can see right there is the pump. We're just going to go this way with it, and probably where that pump sits is where I'm going to put this. Alright, we got the inlet side of the acclimator done. Now we're going to tape this side, and we're going to put the sink inlet. That'll be the discharge side of the tank that feeds my faucet. Don't want to use too much tape, just enough to get a seal. Alright, we are ready to go. Let's get it mounted. So we're going to put this hose on the discharge side of the water pump. We're going to use a C-clamp, or not a C-clamp, but a ring clamp. Slide it over, push this in, and then we'll use a flat blade screwdriver to, if I find what I did with it, there it is. Get that clamped down real quick. Till the threads start, and then we'll use a pipe wrench to cinch her down, and we should work. for the best. Oop. We got a leak. Okay, so we got it installed, got everything put together, and it leaked. What happened is I used a piece of old hose, and the end had flexed just enough to let just a pinhole leak happen. But once I got that, I cut a new end, got it back on, sleeved it, put the collar on, tightened it down, got her back installed, pressured it up, no leak, everything's working fine. So now the moment of truth, we're going to see if it's fixed our issue with the pump and the flow is fluttering. Hopefully it'll be better. Let's check it out. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Still priming up. Oh yeah, I mean that's super good. Here's the big difference right here. When you put the pressure down low, it was pulsing so bad you couldn't hardly turn the pressure down low, like when you were. Let me back this up. Jeez. All right. So yeah, the big deal was when you were turning the pressure down low, it would sit there and just pulse so loud, and the water would it was super inconsistent. This fixed it. Highly recommend it. It's going to make it it wasn't a problem. It was a huge annoyance, but this fixed it. We've got good smooth running water now. It's just another upgrade to the little tiny cabin that I'm very pleased with. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I think it's time to cook some dinner. Red beans and rice, some zata rings. Yeah, it's time to eat some food. Yeah, so that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us this week. Got a lot done. We got our heat shield installed. We got our accumulator tank put in. Got the sink working. It's not all vibrating like it was. Ate some good food. Got to sit by the fire a lot. Just spent a whole lot of time outdoors. So overall, that's a pretty good weekend in my books. Now, I will say, weather report showing next week, the real winter weather's finally coming. They're expecting an Arctic front to come through about Friday. They're saying snow. It'll be our first snow of the year, of the winter. But they're saying it's going to be a pretty good winter storm all the way across the south, even into Texas and places like that. So looking forward to that. I would love to have a video of us out here in the snow, because it's just super rare. It might snow twice a year in Oklahoma, at least where I live, in east central Oklahoma. But looking forward to it. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Do me a favor, if you made it this far, let me know what you thought of the video. Make any changes that we might make to make it a little bit more interesting. Hit that like button, and if you feel like you might want to follow our journey, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all you guys, and thank you for watching.